Sea breeze, waves, ocean calls, all noise. Grandpa said filter the big stuff first, then find the small ones. Crustaceans scraping the rock surface. Bubbles squeezing out from the wet mud. 3, within a foot to your right.
Hey, kid. How'd you know stuff's in this crack?
By listening. When the tide recedes, listen carefully, you can hear them moving in the cracks.
I can't hear a thing.
Takes practice. Grandpa taught for 10 years.
Whoa. Couldn't make it in the city? Why are you back? No one here owes you anything. Your grandpa left this place with his tail between his legs. Now his grandson is slinking back the same way.
He's doing this on purpose to show off. If he doesn't act, he's not boss of the docks.
The docks, fishing boats, and this part of the sea are under Mr. Joe's protection. You can stay. But don't get in my way.
This bucket of crabs sells for $600. Don't touch my stuff again.
Uncle owed me $3,000. He used house as collateral. I'm not taking your house. My daughter's tuition for next semester is short.
Uncle Fong. I'll pay you back $3,000 a month. By then, unlock it for me.
Langer.
This map shows ways to survive at sea. Understand it, and you can make a living off the sea for a lifetime. Grandpa left it. Grandpa. They harmed you 40 years ago. Now they're trying to push me out too.
Chen Lang, I'm Joe Deffa. Heard you're back. Visit Deffa Seafood tomorrow. Let's chat about your grandfather. Don't worry, just catching up. Your grandfather had some unresolved accounts with my father back then.
The son of the man who killed Grandpa 40 years ago. He came to me directly.
Chen Hu said whoever hires you won't get their boat into the dock.
Uncle Jing.
It's not that I don't want to help, it's that I can't.
Uncle Joe, need help? Moving goods, pulling nets, pay is negotiable.
It's not that I don't want to hire you. Chen Hu warned me if I hire you, my boat won't make it into the dock tomorrow. I've got elders to care for and kids to raise, I can't handle this.
The rest are all in black ink. This one's marked in red. Grandpa was prioritizing importance. At least 12 nautical miles offshore. In the deep sea zone. That's for later. For now, just survive. It works. Step 1, turn off the loud noises. Step 2, listen with your feet. Not literally listening with your feet. Feel the tiny vibrations through the stones underfoot. Southeast direction. The rhythm is steady. The undercurrent converges here. Half the catch slipped through the broken net. If the net wasn't broken, we'd have double the haul.
Decent quality. Flower crabs and green prawns. Fish fry too small, not worth $600.
$600 isn't much, but it's several times more than yesterday. I need a good internet connection tomorrow.
Where did you get the stock from? These shrimp. They're 3 times better than at the town's wholesale market. Where did you get them? Some stall from the east side?
Got them myself.
Who runs the seafood wholesale market in town?
Joe Deffa.
Fishermen sell to him first. He marks up prices and resells. Fishermen get only 40%. Anyone who bypasses him to sell directly, he'll cut your ice supply, shipping, or accidental.
He doesn't care about your shop.
I serve retail customers too small to matter to him. Your wild-caught goods. Stable supply could connect you to hotels. No need to go.
Supply is stable, but I need a boat for sea.
I lack a boat, but $3,000 should fix your grandfather.
We can discuss borrowing money later. First, I'll prove my goods' value.
Then go prove it.
Grandpa's marking system aligns with marine data. Arrows mark currents, triangles show reefs. The circle marks a fish spot. It's accurate, not a random sketch. This is the tidal pattern chart. Everything matches perfectly. Not off by a bit in 40 years. Payback is inevitable for this trade. Window opens night after tomorrow. No need to sail. Spots near coastal reef. You can walk there. Grandpa, you didn't lie to me.
Whose goods did you steal?
I caught it myself.
Just you alone?
Wild abalone costs over 100 per pound. He figured it out.
3,500.
Opportunities don't come again. This money isn't there forever.
But you proved it.
How does he know?
To be continued.
What's the point of fixing that rack? It'll sink as soon as it's out.
Sat in the cabin for an hour, not a drop of water leaked in. "13 degrees. The chart showed 16 to 19. Off by 3 degrees. Over 40 years, water temperature zones shifted. Spots useless. Grandpa's chart is the base, not the answer. I have to find the answer myself. There. The chart didn't give me the answer. It's what I found after I corrected the chart. This chart will have 2 sets of notes. Grandpa's black ink and my pencil marks.
Chin Lang, today's haul is 8,300.
$3,000. I didn't borrow money for boat repairs, but here's the deposit. Help me connect with the top seafood restaurant. I want to supply them long term. Mr. Joe, 2 hotels stopped sourcing from us last month. They're buying from a small shop in Chaogang Fishing Village.
Which shop?
Lin Wan's.
Where's their supply from?
A young guy named Chen Lang. People say he's taking the same path Chen Haisheng did back in the day.
Chen Haisheng's grandson? Didn't you say you control the docks? How did he manage to set out to sea?
He fixed a junky boat and left through a harbor. I'll give him that boat tomorrow.
Don't. Wait. Go tell Lin Wan. Stop supplying ice to his shop starting tomorrow. Let's see how he keeps things fresh. Sorry, Mr. Lin.
We won't be delivering ice to you anymore. It's an order from above.
Without ice. By tomorrow, this stuff will rot in cabinets. Over 10 grand gone.
To be continued.
Is the cold storage in the west end of the village still there?
The farm? Shut down over a decade ago. The locks are rusted.
The refrigeration system might still be working.
It can be fixed.
The cast iron core of the compressor isn't correct.
The refrigerant is complete.
2 copper pipes are cracked.
3 wires were chewed by rats, the thermostat stuck, and I worked as a refrigeration apprentice in the city for a year. I've dismantled compressors of every brand. Lin Wan, is the old fridge still in your shop?
Stopped cooling ages ago, now serves as a cabinet.
Remove the thermostat and give it to me. A home-use thermostat isn't powerful enough to drive an industrial compressor but can work as a signal source. Add an intermediary device for power amplification. Cold solder joint.
Quality's fine. Supply.
The goods arrived undamaged.
Thanks, Chin Lang.
You're Chen Haisheng's grandson, right? Get in. Your goods are quality. I'll pay market price. I'll take 70%, and from now on, supply to
I already have clients.
70%. Took 40% of fishermen's catch. Your 2 hotels? 1 call. They'll switch suppliers. The cold storage runs on the village's electricity. If they cut the power, what will you do?
You cut off my ice supply. I built a cold storage facility. You cut power, I buy a generator. You cut hotels, I find more clients. What else do you want to cut?
Young man. Your grandfather had the same temper back then.
You knew my grandpa?
Go ask your dad. He knows better than you.
Dad, who is Joe Deffa? What's his link to grandpa?
Don't mess with him, Langer.
His dad ruined your grandpa 40 years ago.
How did he ruin him?
Before your grandpa passed, he told me one thing. The dragon bane lies in the endless sea. Did you find anything on the ship?
Found it. A map.
Some things can't be discussed over the phone. What grandpa left behind isn't one thing.
What do you mean?
Focus on what's ahead first. I'll bring the rest and tell you in person.
Dad,
This can't go through anyone else or be discussed on the phone. It must be handed directly to his grandson. Wait for me.
not just one thing. Grandpa left more stuff. And it's with my dad.
To be continued.
It's not an abstract pattern. It's the silhouette of a fish. A really big fish. Grandpa didn't just draw a fish. He drew an entire food chain around it. all revolving around this fish. The first low tide window after the storm. The deep currents shift direction, creating the only passable channel. It's the only chance to reach the dragon vein. Grandpa, searching for something all your life, saw a storm. Driving deep sea plankton to the surface, small fish chase them, followed by bigger fish. All the fish converge in one area during this period, the dragon vein catch. Ultimate fishing grounds Grandpa figured out over 40 years. One cast of the net could buy all of Chin Tiger's fishing boats. Lou Baldy's man, Joe Deffa.
Hey Chin, this is Boss Joe's territory. Move now.
Shallow waters, that's the only advantage of the listening to the sea. What's this?
Wild mellow pearl. Flawless peachy orange. Kid, this thing's worth at least 150,000 bucks.
That pearl came from our waters. Hand it over.
You don't even know where the dragon vein is. Stop bluffing.
Fine, just wait and see.
Don't sell the bead yet. Keep it as a trump card.
Grandpa found one in the dragon vein. The one from 40 years ago was taken from Grandpa. What did Joe Deffa's father do to Grandpa?
This shop guarantees a monthly minimum of this one 20K and this smaller one 8K. That's 43K a month. After deducting fuel, ice, and losses, net income's over 30K. Are you planning to cover them all?
Take it slow.
Lao Zhao, think twice about that new supplier you signed.
Sorry, Boss Lin. We're adjusting our supply chain. The contract is on hold for now. There's a situation up top. Let's hold off on next month's order for now. It's not that your goods aren't good, but Joe Deffa made it clear, anyone who takes your stock loses the rest of their seafood supply. I can't risk offending him just for you. I've got over 20 employees to take care of.
Joe Deffa controls the wholesale market, but not my customers. That batch of gooseneck barnacles sold out, and my customers returned the neck. If I switch suppliers and my customers leave, who do I cry to?
Lou, I'll stick with your supply. Do you have any suspects in mind? No evidence yet. Case filed. You'll be notified if anything turns up. This case won't be resolved anytime soon. The report has been filed. This is the first step. From now on, I'll keep track of every single one.
Chen Lang, I'm here to help you.
Aren't you afraid of Shinhu?
Last year, wife was sick, hospitalized, needed 20,000, asked Joe Deffa for a loan. He agreed. Since then, he's been buying fish at others get 40%, I get 30%. It's to offset the loan. At 30%, it'll take 3 years to pay off 20,000, and with interest, I'm not here because you made money. Wanted to visit last month before you went to sea.
Why didn't you show up back then?
Because back then, you hadn't proven you could survive. I have a wife and kids. I can't gamble on someone who hasn't found their footing. Now you've made it. I'm in.
Get to work. Been fishing for 20 years. What's the most common catch this season?
Blue crabs. This time of year, they migrate from deep water to shallow water. The reef area is their only way through. The currents are tricky. Few dare go.
Help locate sinking stream north of reef cluster?
The map is wrong. The sinking stream entrance is 200 meters east. 3 years ago, a typhoon knocked over a reef and coastal currents changed.
Lead the way. Only the fishermen who've worked these waters for years really know the secrets of the reef cluster.
I've been fishing for 20 years, passed this spot 100 times, and never thought about casting nets here.
You know the route, not when to stop. Grandpa marked the sinking stream, but the location shifted. Do you know the exact spot? It's because we combined our knowledge we made this catch today.
All right. Feel free to use my experience anytime.
There are 3 types of notes on the chart.
Grandpa's blacking.
My pencil notes and annotations with sources. No matter how strong personal experience is, it can never beat the collective knowledge of many. This isn't my net. The mesh is wide, small crabs slip through, and it can't hold shrimp. Someone swapped my net while I was away. The town police station says the net swapping issue is a bit ambiguous to define. It's not theft. Your net wasn't stolen, it was replaced. Swapping someone's production tools. Earn nothing at sea, leading to economic losses. Alright, we'll file a report. Keep a copy of the video evidence. 2 reports. First, sabotage of my boat with no one found responsible. Second, the net swapping issue. Hard to one alone is nothing, but together it's deliberate sabotage. Switch to a new net. The old one sat too long, deformed, hole stretched, fish slipped through.
Yeah, old nets are like that. Better to replace it, saves the trouble.
Thinking he hasn't been noticed is good. Let him think everything's fine.
Tiger's boat, that one.
Last time he went southeast. Grandpa recorded the southeast route, but the southwest area is blank. He didn't discover the route. Or maybe he didn't have time to mark it. Large fish stopping suddenly, it's either prey or a territory boundary. Lobsters in a nest outside the map's marked area. Grandpa didn't find it. But that big fish knows. Its patrol route is like a living map.
Lobsters of this size, I'll pay 800 each. However many you have, I'll take them all.
20 lobsters, 16,000. Head out to sea and find this kind of haul.
The big fish's patrol route is fixed. Where it passes through is the most food-rich area of the chain. If I figure out its route, it's like having a living map. Took me a month. Check 12 nearshore spots, 7 usable, 3 need adjustments for water temperature, 2 with terrain changes are useless. Adding the lobster, 8 rotation points. Visit each spot every 3 days. Avoid overfishing. Yields won't always be great. Knowing when, where, and how long to cast the net, half comes from nautical charts, half from daily records.
Grouper prices dropped as the neighboring farm flooded the market, lowering the price from 45 to 32. The purchasing manager, I'll add 5.37. Take it or
Wild-caught fish through farm channels is like cutting off your leg.
So who?
3 places in town, high-end Japanese restaurants, private kitchens. No wholesalers, they buy directly. Wild-caught, deep sea, same-day delivery. Add those 3 labels, and the same fish can sell for 30% more.
The texture of
Is nothing like the farmed ones.
65 per pound, 10 fish a week.
Price of 65 is nearly double farmed groupers. Volume is small, but profit exceeds selling 30 farmed ones.
Chen Lang's revenue last month and a half was 48,000. After deducting costs, he pocketed 32,000. If stable, his monthly
Pretty much.
half comes from high-end.
High 2 contributed 40%. 60% comes from optimization, channel expansion, and cost management. Without understanding these factors, other catching fish is the basics. Who to sell to, how to sell, and setting the price. That's what really matters. High 2 is the starting point, not the goal. Uncle Jing, come with me tomorrow when I head out to sea. Grandpa taught me how to deal with the sea, but how to deal with the market, how to deal with people. How to keep a business running for the long term. That I have to learn on my own.
If he wants to fight me in the sea, then I'll claim that part of the sea is mine.
Isn't that obviously targeting you?
The red lines only cover the inshore waters. Dragon vein waters and lobster spots are excluded, located in deep waters outside the zoning area. Beyond their jurisdiction.
Ah,
That's a relief.
The offshore spot is gone. I still have the open sea.
The offshore spot is gone. What about Uncle Zhang and Ague? Small boats can't handle the open sea. If you only think about yourself, people following will scatter.
It doesn't fall within Grandpa's exploration zone nor in Joe Defa's planned boundary. With reefs everywhere, big ships can't enter, and small boats think it's too far. No one's been there, not marked on any map. I'll go check it out tomorrow. The sound underwater isn't from the fish. It's something different, steady and dense. Like many things moving slowly, creeping.
These sea cucumbers could sell for at least 20,000 at the market.
Sharing this spot with colleagues. But there's only one rule. The harvest each time can't exceed half of what's here. Leave some for the future. If you take it all,
there'll be nothing left next year.
Call for help. Boat's stuck, water's rising.
Serves him right. He was just jealous of others.
You go save him. He sabotaged your boat without hesitation.
he's in the water. Next time, ask me before going out. Don't risk your life with the tides.
Your grandpa also saved someone back then.
Aunt Fawn has lived in this village her whole life. Of course she knew your grandpa. He had a sharp tongue and judged people by their worth, but today, he said something fair. You can't copy his work. What's the point?
Next month, officials will inspect the aquaculture plan. If Chen Lang is working in that sea area,
You handle it. I can't handle it.
don't stay at your spot at the dock either.
Chen Lang here. I'm an old friend.
Slimmed down, refined makeup, sweeter smile. Your smile is different now. It's not a people, but a purpose.
Lang, I do seafood streaming now. Let's collaborate. You supply, I'll sell. We'll split the profit 50-50.
Let me think about it.
The car he was driving. The car is registered under Joe Defa's company.
How much did Joe Defa pay you? The rich kid you followed left 6 months ago after losing everything. Your credit card is overdue, and you're 3 months behind on rent. That red car belongs to Joe Defa's company. You moved into the apartment he arranged on the 12th of last month. You left me back then because I was broke. I don't blame you. But now you're helping others to scam me? Think carefully about it.
No need to explain. Joe Defa's company car has been outside your building for a month. You signed the contract. The person you threw away is now someone people line up to work with. Too bad, not for you.
Right on time.
Just passing by.
Just a casual move. My real move hasn't come yet. Go handle that matter. That reef of Chen Lang's, turn it into a dead zone within 3 days.
Before, you could hear underwater sounds from afar near the reef. Today, there's nothing. Like a city suddenly losing power. All the humming sounds disappeared at once. Someone has tampered with this body of water. Take it straight to the county testing agency. Same place as last time, mark it urgent. I want to file a report. Unknown substances dumped in reef waters near Chaogang village have caused abnormal marine life activity. Water and biological samples. Send samples for testing. This is the third report. We'll record it.
Chen Lang,
Submit sampling record.
submit completed items.
Chen Lang, restaurants reported our seafood is from polluted waters and demand we stop supplying until test results are out.
The restaurant report's timing was too precise. As we found the reef, someone reported unknown substances dumped. It's all arranged by the same person. A combo move, not enough yet, but getting close.
Can you even make a living following Chen Lang? How are you going to pay the mortgage this month? I've said it before, sticking with Chen Lang will only end badly.
If there's no income in 2 weeks, we won't even be able to pay the electricity bill.
Uncle Zhang and Ague quit. Thinking of quitting too.
I'm 60, my wife has passed, and my kids aren't near me. Joining you out at sea, this is the most exciting thing I've had in my life. I'm not quitting.
How long have you been sitting here?
No idea how much longer we can hold on. Chen Lang, I need to tell you something. My dad was a fisherman in this village with his own boat. Then Joe Defa monopolized everything. My dad tried finding his own clients. Joe Defa cut off ice and fuel supplies, then had his guys destroy the fishing nets. Over 100 meters of net shredded. Dad didn't have your skills. He couldn't, sold the boat, moved, and rented a market stall to sell seafood bought from Joe Defa. Reselling it in pieces. The people he pushed away eventually worked for him. My dad worked for 10 years, and it wrecked his health. He passed at 53. Opened this shop, everyone called me crazy. Then you showed up with crabs, just 1,002. You had no place to stay but dealt with the sea like no one else. I'm helping you for more than the money. Wanted someone to beat him once, for dad, for those he drove away.
What happened to your dad? I get it. Not about catching fish, just wanting some time alone at sea. He said someone could win. He bet on me, but for his dad. For everyone driven away. It's time. Tonight's knot is not. Surface window. Large fish changing behavior at an unusual time? Only one explanation. Something's wrong with his environment. Unless something abnormal happened underwater, breaking his usual rhythm. This isn't just patrolling. It's a stress response. When large fish face invasion, they charge toward the intruder repeatedly, then retreat. It means the intruder is either bigger than them or something unfamiliar. Positioning of aquaculture nets, floating nylon ropes, and their vibration frequency is like fishing nets. Big fish instinctively avoid it. The net blocks migration paths and cuts off lifelines. Joe Defa plans to build a fish farm here.
He's applied for an 800 mu area encompassing the lifeline's outer edge. The approval is ongoing. It'll be approved in 15 days.
The lifeline is failing. In 15 days, first, sell lifeline stock to fund a counterattack. Second, collect evidence of Joe Defa's toxic operation. Secure it. Third, find a way to halt approval.
If proof shows the sea area has ecological resources, approval could be rejected.
Rare large fish species make this sea area a protected zone, prohibiting farming.
Who can prove that?
Suja, my college roommate. He works at the Provincial Marine Research Institute, focusing on coastal ecology and rare species. Haven't spoken in 3 years. Hey, Sue, it's Chen Lang.
Chen Lang, weren't you in your hometown?
Urgent, a wild giant golden fish is in the waters, 2 meters long with metallic scales. Need professional identification.
2 meters and golden? Sure it didn't escape from a fish farm?
Koi confirmed. Seen 3 times.
If it's real, this might be the first discovery in the country of a giant freshwater arapaima, saltwater adapted species.
Let's go.
Got all the equipment? When's the next window?
Late night in 5 days, just before the full moon.
Streamline farming approval to 7 days. Also, have bald loose stake the dragon vein outskirts. Once done, it's complete. By the time anyone investigates, all they'll see is a construction site.
The evidence is in the phone, the timeline is crystal clear. Dad said the paperwork will be done soon, should be ready by the end of the month. My phone.
What phone? No idea. Misunderstanding. Maybe my buddy got it.
Last month, Lin 1 helped activate cloud backup. If the phone falls in water, photos wouldn't be lost. I thought it was a hassle, so he just grabbed it and set it up in 10 minutes. Thanks, Lin 1.
Are you sure he's coming tonight?
All conditions are met. The spring tide is within range. He'll come.
Something huge is surfacing. Whoa, nearly 2 meters. The scale structure is different from any known arapaima species. If I'm not mistaken, no live specimen records worldwide. If identification is confirmed, this area becomes a provincial-level ecological reserve where farming and development are prohibited.
How soon?
Draft gene sequencing paper, submit application. It'll take 2 weeks.
Farming approval has 5 days left.
5 days is too tight.
Unless we tackle it on 2 fronts. Suja takes the academic route. I'll go the other way, use the violation evidence I have to stall the approval within 5 days.
Once you sign, there's no turning back.
There wasn't any to begin with.
This is the 4th time the hole's been splashed with red paint. Looks like intimidation.
Sinking boats, changing nets, throwing unknown substances, every time paint is splashed, they never catch anyone. But I keep records every time.
It was Joe Defa who told me to do it. If I don't splash the red paint, he'll get someone else to do it. Next, he told me to drag your boat out to the open sea and sink it to erase all traces. I didn't agree to it.
Do you know what Joe Defa's father did to my grandpa 40 years ago? My grandpa's boat was dragged away and sunk too. Then they claimed the boat fell apart on its own, and no one took responsibility.
It happened in the waters outside Longmai.
The suspension notice states, suspension for 15 working days. It's not reviewed. If Joe Defa acts during this time. Complete the paperwork, smooth things out, and the freeze will be lifted. The net enclosure will still be built.
Old Lou, is 15 days enough? If it is, then hurry up.
He said he'd talk in person after I got back. I've been waiting nearly 2 months.
No rush for now. Sit down and talk. The ship your grandfather built, I thought I'd never see it again, not in 40 years. Grandfather discovered Dragon Vein fishing grounds to help the village prosper, but trusted Joe Deshawn, and Joe Deshawn teamed up with village leaders, framed your grandfather for damaging maritime resources, confiscated the ship, and sealed the nautical charts. Your grandfather was so angry he had a stroke. Left after 3 months. Your grandpa gave this to me before he passed. He told me to hand it personally to his grandson. I've been waiting for you to grow up, to give it to you when you're capable. And now you are.
The Yuzu Cave spun 5 circles. Heavier than Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse spun 3 circles, Yuzu Cave spun 5. Something more important than the Dragon Pulse.
What is it?
The ocean surface deep within the Dragon Pulse.
Natural seabed breeding ground. The old dragonfish lives nearby. The small fish in the cave are its food source. It never strays far from the dragon veins.
Old Chen, the seabed breeding ground. If we prove this cave's ecological value,
We won't need to wait 2 weeks.
I could take the materials to the provincial office tomorrow, go through the special channel, and you could get the preliminary protection notice in just 3 days.
3 days?
Three days. Hold on for 3 days.
The documents have been submitted. We're waiting in line for a special channel review. Joe Defa's car was seen at a tea house for 3 days, trying to speed up approval.
2 tracks are in motion at the same time. Suja handling paperwork in the provincial capital, Joe Defa working connections locally.
Whoever reaches the finish line first
Gets this sea.
Chen Lang from Chaogang Fishing Village reported you for illegal activities in protected waters, disturbing rare species habitat.
dock now and cooperate with the investigation.
Dragonfish conservation status is pending approval. Material submitted. Evidence from the waters is requested. Clues of illegal operations. The authorities must file a case, investigate. No sailing during the investigation. Who provided these photos?
Anonymous report. The legal term for it.
Photos taken distantly. Joe Defa stopped crude tactics like cutting supplies and used a lawyer to lock me down through administrative actions. Holding my sailing permit during the investigation is sufficient.
Chen Lang is under investigation, rumored for catching protected animals.
Chen Lang, my wife said if things really go south on your end, she wants me to pull out for now. It's not that I want to quit. There's the mortgage and the kids' school fees. I can't hold on.
I'm heading home. Uncle Jing, you should step back too.
I'm 60. No mortgage, no wife, no kids to take care of. If I leave, you're on your own. Not leaving sounds beneath.
Are blocked by anxiety and anger. It's like having cotton stuffed in your ears. Hearing the sea is not with the ears, but the heart. If your mind isn't calm, you can't hear anything. The old dragonfish is splashing in the water. It's splashing repeatedly in that spot. Like it's knocking on a door. Like it's giving a warning. Lao Su, Joe Defa filed an anonymous report against me for illegally fishing protected species. My fishing permit was revoked. He attached photos. The act of monitoring itself violates the rules. Protected area during the protection period without taking those photos,
He accused you of catching protected,
which means
officially approved yet. He knew about the species report submitted.
the report is under confidential review. Access is limited to the Bureau.
Either he's in the
Or someone leaked the information.
Either way,
This is far more serious than illegal fishing. Lao Su, compare submission time, confidentiality level, and
Give me 2.
Lao Song investigated. Writing the report, he traced Joe Defa's companies, checked business registration and legal. This led to a contract dispute with Hunyuan Legal Affairs. The court document lists the payment as 80. Hunyuan Legal News offers fishery regulation consulting, environmental.
they specialize in writing complaint letters.
The chain of
Suja's side got results, migratory arapaima, saltwater adapted breeding site, and ecological niche. The wording matches the report he submitted to the provincial department. One copy goes to the management station to revoke the investigation. The complaint is allegedly illegal, tied to classified information. Investigations based on this lack legal foundation. Copy sent to Suja's provincial department report on the information leak. The third, Old Song? Materials include illegal construction videos of encircling nets entering core waters. Photos taken, financial trails for complaint services, classified report terminology comparisons. Everything's been packaged and sent out.
Comrade Chen Lang, the investigation has been called off. Sorry for the trouble.
The taste of life.
Your fishing permit has been reinstated.
Don't just stand there, get on board. Fish Ancestor Cave Footage Pass Preliminary Review. Recognized for significant ecological value, the provincial department initiated emergency procedures to designate it a protected area. The investigation team is tracing the toxin source, while the provincial department works on protected areas. Show DEFA's wall is cracking from both sides at the same time.
Look into Chen Lang's father, Chen Jiangwo. Check on that incident from 40 years ago. Did he hold on to anything back then?
Back when it came to your father, Mr. Zhou has always felt guilty and wants to make it up to your family. Just a little gesture.
Not necessary. They're starting to investigate me. It shows Joda is panicking. The things your grandpa left behind back then.
What he fears isn't you. It's the evidence your grandpa left.
What evidence? Dragon Vein isn't just a fish farm. There's treasure in the cave. Zhou Dashan knew. What he wanted wasn't the fish. It was what's inside the cave.
Apart from the fish breeding ground in the Fish Ancestor Cave, something else is hidden there.
An ancient merchant shipwreck. Unsure how many years it's been sunk. Lodged deep within the Fish Ancestor Cave. Layer upon layer covered by coral. Grandpa discovered it long ago.
But it never told anyone.
It only left one line in the letter, treasure in the cave. Ancient shipwreck site in the cave. Underwater cultural heritage and rare species habitat.
This area isn't just a provincial protected.
Upgraded to a national level zone. Jiao Defa, stop fish farming.
You won't even be allowed to.
Approved. Marine ecological protection zone in trial. Underwater relic department involved. Protected area includes Jiao Defa's entire existing and planned net enclosures. All of it must be dismantled. Not a single pole can be left. Your last chance.
Go burn Chen Lang's boat. Burn it and run. I'll give you travel money.
Go burn Chen Lang's boat.
Burn it and run. I'll give you travel money.
All these years, the things he's made me do. I've kept a copy of everything. Not just this one. I'm not here to ask for your forgiveness. Back at the pier, I brought people to bully you. That was all on me. Had nothing to do with Shodefa. Boat burning, red paint splashing, poisoning, that was his doing.
Do you know what Zhou Dashan did to my grandfather 40 years ago?
My dad mentioned it to me in passing. Zhou Dashan wasn't just after the fisheries. He wanted that underwater cave your grandfather discovered. But your grandfather never revealed the location.
The evidence chain is too complete.
GPS photos from illegal construction, infrared footage of poisoning, dozens of call recordings from Chen Hu, and online industrial waste analysis reports. Compile everything and hand it over to the Joint Task Force. Someone who hasn't been touched in 20 years is finally being dealt with. This is the first time I've seen him shut up since I came back to the village.
It was me who told Agui not to follow you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Aunt Fong hasn't apologized yet.
She won't come.
Do you hate her?
No, I don't. She goes wherever the wind blows, siding with whoever has the upper hand.
Chen Lang, this is your grandpa.
The fishing boat registration certificate.
The original sea area lease contract, acquired by Zhou Dashan 40 years ago, has been kept in the Zhou family. When the case was reviewed, these documents were found. Someone passed them to me, and I'm bringing them to you now. Dad, Langer has reclaimed your sea.
Grandpa. This is the Dragon Vein being returned to you. The protected area has been established, so no fishing is allowed in the Dragon Vein, but the sea beyond it is still yours. What I need to do is just getting started. Haigong Fishing, a cooperative named after Grandpa Haigong, called that 40 years ago. I provide fishing area info, technical guidance, you work legally in assigned zones, Lin 1 handles sales channels. Profits will be distributed based on labor. If you're in, sign. If not, no problem. Once you step out of this door, we're still friends. Sign it.
The quality checks out. If the volume stays stable. Annual minimum, 30 million. Xing Haifeng and Lin Wan have full authorization for the business collaboration. But there's one condition. A standardized cold chain sorting center and quality inspection process are required. The current setup doesn't meet supply standards.
1 month.
Get the hardware sorted, and we can sign the contract anytime.
30 million.
A standard cold chain sorting center. Refrigeration equipment, sorting conveyors, inspection tools, factory renovations. At least 1.5 million. Revenues, expenditures, and reserves total less than 500,000.
Short by 1 million.
The fishing cooperative lacks fixed assets for collateral and doesn't meet loan requirements. The cooperative was established less than no credit history. Agricultural support loans have low interest rates. But the process takes at least 3 months.
Xing Haifeng's window is 1 month. 1 million in 30 days. Rejected by 3 banks.
Private lending.
3% monthly interest. Borrowing 1 million means 360,000 yearly interest. Impossible.
I have 3 ships at the dock. I bought them using my savings, not linked to Jodefa. The boat is in my name. The ownership is clear, all the paperwork is complete. It can be used as collateral. Do you want to use it? I can never make up for how I treated you back then. Take 3 boats, use as loan collateral, and build a cold chain center. Return the boats when done, no interest will be asked.
Alright. After the co-op is set up, pull your weight. No more slacking off.
Damn it.
Chen Lang, I'm not here to bother you. Jodefa's company collapsed. And now I can't pay off my debts. Can I get a job at the co-op? Anything will do.
What do you think?
We can't forget what he did. But the co-op really needs people. The sorting workshop alone is short at least 3 workers.
The sorting workshop is short on people. Salary is 4,500, same as everyone else. Starts 5:30 a.m., ends 3 p.m. Handle it, stay. If not, quit.
I'll do it.
Another hurdle.
The Institute has a project with the association. I'll ask. Need a complete product report and company qualifications. Business license, quality inspection report, supply contract, cold chain qualification.
Cold chain qualification.
The cold chain center is unfinished. Certification awaits the inspection.
Use temporary certification from old warehouses. Rush the cold chain center before the tasting event, then replace it with the formal one.
Mr. Lin, I'm from the Provincial Aquatic Products Association. The tasting event booth fee is 80,000. Settle it within 3 days. Haven't authorized anyone.
No extra charges.
That number is registered under Pengda Trading. Jodefa's people are still causing trouble. Ignore him and move on. Before Jodefa's account was frozen, he transferred assets to associates companies. Change the name, change the legal representative, but it's the same business.
They're here too.
Try this, everyone.
Hi there. Okay.
If all 27 deals go through, our annual revenue will exceed 10 million.
10 million?
The monthly demand of these 27 triples our current capacity. We can't keep up, we need to expand.
Monthly demand of these clients is triple our capacity, 14 people, 3 workstations. We ship 80,000 pounds a month. To meet demand, 250,000.
Get the entire village of fishermen to join us.
Provincial seafood tasting event. 200 hotel and restaurant buyers present. If products get in, we can access the provincial market. We'll take anyone who can work hard and follow the rules, no matter their past. But there's one bottom line. Fishing grounds info is for co-op members only. Anyone who leaks it will be permanently expelled.
I'm in.
Mark waters by familiarity, past fishing seasons, locations, and catches. Mark reefs and good spots. Sharing wasn't common, secrets were kept.
These 3 spots have the most swimming crabs every October, but you need to time the tides perfectly. Being off by 30 minutes makes it a wasted trip.
This map isn't something just anyone could draw. Combined knowledge of 32 fishermen, totaling 400 years of experience. The maps complement each other. Grandpa's version maps tidal patterns and deepwater zones. Fisherman's version adds reefs, locations, and migration data. Combined, the information here is more comprehensive than any single map. We rotate spots every 3 days to let the fishing grounds recover. No more than 2 boats in the same area on the same day. Teaching and learning go both ways. I'm not the only teacher.
Total revenue, $340,000. Profit is $110,000, distributed among 32 households. Each family gets an average of $75,000.
6 to 800.
Used to make $80 a day. $6,800 a month. That's the income from the last 2.5 months.
The tasting event is an opportunity, but another update was posted. Attendance requires a recommendation from the Provincial Fisheries Association. Leverage his role for the project.
I asked him, but the brand also needs to get moving. Start online first. Before the tasting event, make the name Haigang Aquatics known.
I'll handle it. 100K plus direct supply from Linji Wharf.
Find me someone. A lawyer specializing in agricultural product brand disputes.
An out-of-town company claims the Haigang trademark infringes on their registered name, Haigang Tang. The brand rights demand us to stop using it and pay $300,000 in damages.
When did that company register?
2 weeks earlier than us. The legal representative is unknown, and the registered address is the same building and floor as Joe Defa's relative, 3 doors apart. Malicious registration planned 2 weeks ago.
Take out Grandpa's fishing boat registration certificate. Haigang Chinji. Grandpa's been using this trade name for 40 years.
Strongest counterattack.
Their Haigang Tang's malicious registration will be revoked for using a trade name after us. 2 sheets of paper, 40 years apart. One belongs to Grandpa. One is mine. Together, they complete the story.
Chinlang event, 18 of 27 businesses confirmed partnerships. Additionally, a fresh produce supermarket chain from the provincial capital wants to discuss an exclusive supply deal. Their annual demand is $50 million.
3 hours. Every step was a tough negotiation. He didn't give an inch.
How many did we sign? 50 million. Black and white.
50 million. It means the co-op must double its production capacity. Is that enough? We'll only know after a deep sea trip. Three days, 3 directions. 3 marker points. All confirmed usable. The capacity issue is resolved.
Thank you. Total revenue, $8.6 million. Net profit after costs, $2.4 million. 32 households contribute, averaging $75,000 per household. Most dedicated took 4 days off all year.
2,000.
75,000 won't buy a house in the county, but it supports a family for a year. Next year's revenue target, 15 million. Expanding to open sea, 3 new markers. Recruit 15 more households. Apply to build second cold chain center.
That's enough. What your grandpa spent his life dreaming of doing? Helping the whole village live off the sea without being exploited by middlemen? You've made it happen.
This is just the beginning.
Inside Fish Ancestor Cave confirmed 3 new marine subspecies. And the most important one among them has been newly named Shen's giant arapaima. It's named after you, Shen Lang, and your grandfather, Shen Haisheng. One more thing. The shipwreck site has been excavated and cleaned. A batch of Song Dynasty export porcelain was recovered. The Cultural Relics Department's Your Grandpa discovered this cave and named it Discovered by Haisheng Chen.
Finally, your grandpa's name is engraved on the sea he protected his whole life. Chen's giant arapaima. You've got a name now.
The case of Chen Lang and Joe Defa is closed. They were sentenced for several years. DEFA Aquatic Products has been shut down.
A burden that's weighed on the fishermen and seafood merchants of Chowgang Town for 20 years has been lifted. On the very same day, Grandpa's name was inscribed. The guy who hurt him is down.
Boss Lin, can we get supplies from you in the future?
Dad Lang, your ocean has been reclaimed, and those who harmed you are down.
Grandpa, you said the ocean nurtures people, and we mustn't fail the ocean. I remember that.
Chen Haixing's name is forever engraved on the reserve's memorial. The Chin's arapaima has been listed as a national second-class protected species. The end.